The house wren is a small bird known for its lively and energetic behavior. It is commonly found in North and South America and is known for its distinctive musical song. House wrens are cavity-nesting birds, often building their nests in nooks and crevices around human structures like houses, hence their name. They primarily feed on insects and spiders and are considered beneficial for controlling pest populations in gardens and yards. They usually construct a large cup nest in various sorts of cavities, taking about a week to build. The nest is made from small dry sticks and is usually lined with a variety of different materials. These include feather, hair, wool, spider cocoons, strips of bark, rootlets, moss, and trash. The male wren finds dry sticks, which he adds to the nest. Once he is done, the female inspects the nest, but if she does not approve of the construction, she will throw any unwanted sticks to the ground. After this process, the female lines the nest. Nest cavities are usually a few meters above ground. They may be natural or man-made, often using bird houses. House wrens are feisty and pugnacious animals considering their tiny size. Depending on the exact population, the house wren's clutch is usually between 2 and 8 red-blotched cream-white eggs. Only the female incubates these, for around 12-19 days. And she will every now and then leave the nest for various reasons. While she is on the nest, the male provisions her with food. The young, which like all passerines hatch almost naked and helpless, take another 15-19 days or so to fledge. They are being fed by both parents, and need plenty of food given their tiny size. House wren courtships typically involve the male singing to attract a mate. They build nests together, and the male may perform various displays to impress the female. The courtship rituals play a crucial role in bonding and mate selection among house wrens. As the young near fledging, the parents spend much of their time procuring food for them. Brood loss due to predation was found. Known predators of house wrens at the nest include cats, rats, possums, woodpeckers, foxes, raccoons, squirrels, snakes and owls. Adults away from the nests can usually avoid these predators, although both small hawks and owls occasionally take free-flying adult wrens. Migrant populations are nesting within 6 weeks of returning from winter quarters, leaving theoretically time for a second brood. In the season when lotus flowers bloom and fragrance fills the air, our house wren couples at home is incredibly busy. Every day, the male wren diligently catches insects to feed the female wren who seems to be incubating the eggs. To compete for territory, the male wren engages in constant battles with hummingbirds, sparrows, and even blue jays without any fear. I try not to disturb them and enjoy watching the birds sometimes play out fight scenes and other times demonstrate their affectionate interactions. I eagerly anticipate the arrival of the wren chicks. While other birds' babies have already learned to fly, our little sparrows are just starting to build their nests. It's delightful that this year, 2 house wren couples decided to build their nests. I wonder if they will coexist peacefully. Nevertheless, early in the morning, the wren and sparrows fought fiercely for territory, engaging in multiple rounds of battles. The little wrens got so angry that they blocked the sparrow's nest entrance, preventing it from entering. Nature's creations are truly diverse, shaping various forms for all living beings. The tiny wren receives life and carries the breath of life. It evolves into a small body that flutters and flies, but lacks colorful and precious feathers. Its feathers cannot be used for adorning objects, and its meat cannot be placed in ceremonial vessels. Even if eagles and other fierce birds pass by, the wrens don't bother with the disdainful flap of their wings, as they don't have to worry about the bird-catching traps. They reside and thrive in the dense woods and overgrown grass. They fly without soaring high into the sky, and they glide without rushing out of the woods. Their dwelling is easy to accommodate, and their desires are easily fulfilled. They only occupy a branch on the fruit tree, and each peck consists of only a few grains. They don't linger in places of residence, nor do they stay long during their flight. They don't despise the thorns for their ugliness, nor do they admire the elegant orchids for their glory. They are joyful when spreading their wings and comfortable with each step they take. They let fate flow naturally, never allowing external influences to harm them. These sparrows were originally ignorant, yet they seem to possess wisdom in their existence. They don't pursue valuable treasures to invite sudden disasters, nor do they embellish their appearance to attract troubles. When at rest, they maintain simplicity without arrogance, and when in flight, they move with ease according to their habits. They follow their innate instincts, unaffected by the deceptive temptations of the world. I deliberately dismantled the walls of the nest, which were slightly over 1 centimeter thick, to count the fine branches and flexible stems. I found that while the nest walls were not thick, some parts, especially the central bulging section, were woven with several layers. Some stems were over 30 centimeters long, while others were only a few centimeters. After dismantling about half of the nest, I counted about 280 stems. Building such a bowl-shaped nest would have required the wren to make more than 560 round trips just to transport the building materials. It is truly a labor-intensive task for the house wren to construct its nest in this manner. The male bird brought back prey, and the female bird happily flew out of the nest. They touched heads, seeming like the father said, "You've worked hard," and then the mother went outside. The father flew into the bird nest with food, and I wondered who the food was for. Could it be that the baby has been born? I leaned closer and listened carefully, and from the bird nest came very faint sounds. Our little bulbul babies were born. Though I can't see them yet, I'm still overjoyed. The father bulbul is happily catching insects to feed them. Baby house wrens are adorable and tiny birds that belong to the wren family. They are known for their curious and active nature, often seen hopping around and exploring their surroundings. This is the 3rd year the little wren has been building its nest in our home. In the first year, after completing the nest, it disappeared, and I thought it wouldn't return. Concerned about the materials it used, I dismantled half of the nest. However, to my surprise, the wren returned after about 2 weeks, proudly showing its nest to its new girlfriend. They were happy until they noticed the nest had been disturbed, so they flew away. I regretted my actions, but fortunately, wrens build multiple nests. In the 2nd year, I learned my lesson and didn't touch their nest, and a wren couple successfully raised 4 adorable little babies in our home. Now, in the 3rd year, when I saw a small twig that fell while the wren was building its nest, I absentmindedly picked it up and threw it into their nest, not knowing it would frighten them away. It took almost half a month for the wren to come back, probably because it cautiously observed the surroundings before continuing to build. So, I've learned not to interfere with their nests, as good intentions might not always have good outcomes. They don't need our help, and we should respect their space.